I'd like to welcome you to the meeting of the Rules Commission, Rules and Regulations Commission, but such a long name, we have to request people to make it short. First of all, I'd like to tell you something about the work we did in the past. First of all, we had a meeting in Lausanne with the councillors, and it was very fruitful because we prepared. You cannot hear me?
No.
Now
There is noise in the background.
First of all, we had a meeting in Lausanne where we prepared the draft for the laws of chess. We tried to prepare the draft with a very short time, but still we managed to do something. And I wanted to mention a meeting with some representatives of the US Chess Federation. I should go there, but the thing is I had to withdraw from this meeting, and I was replaced by Mr. Steve Rubin, who had a very good meeting, and some of the points discussed in that meeting you will find back in the draft we offer you now. Then I have some sad news to say. You know, this year 5 of our colleagues passed away, and I'd like to mention them. First of all, I'd like to mention Mr. Jacob Zinder. He was an arbiter from St. Petersburg. He was even a veteran of the Second World War, and he was very active, especially in chess in schools. I think he was an example for many other arbiters and trainers in his work in St. Petersburg. Another well-known Russian arbiter passed away, Igor Botvinnik. I had the pleasure to work with him in many tournaments in Moscow, but his main task was to keep the memory of his family member, the great Michael Botvinnik, to publish a lot of books, and they're very interesting, I can tell you. I'm a collector of chess books, and all his books are very good. Then a very good friend of us, Boris de Grijf from Colombia, passed away. I met him in many Olympiads. He was one of the most friendly arbiters I know, always ready to help everybody, and really he did always a fantastic job. Not only as an arbiter, but also as an author, because he published a lot of very nice books, especially a collection of beautiful games. It was a fantastic task he did. Recently, Liga, Svetlana Grigorich, passed away. I had several moments that I stayed in his house in Belgrado, and it was always very nice to talk with him about chess, because he knew, of course, a lot of things, and was very experienced. He was really a gentleman. It's everywhere written, but yesterday I met somebody, a lady, she told me, once I was in a hotel, I want to go to the first floor with my luggage. The elevator didn't work, and without any problem, Grigorich came to her and said, please give me your luggage. And Grigorich, okay, he was already more than 70 years old, took her luggage, brought it to the first floor, and okay, this shows also that he was in all kinds of things a gentleman. And finally, of course, Mikko Markkula. We know him all. He was one of the most active arbiters in chess. Not only in chess tournaments, but also in work for FIDE. I cannot imagine that anybody can replace him. First of all, he has a very big archive with all the minutes, all details regarding ratings, titles. You can't imagine everything he had in his house. It was fantastic. We shall really miss him. I'd like to ask you to raise for one moment. Thank you very much. I understand there are problems to hear me at the end. can you arrange for your microphone? Yeah? Okay.
We need something else. We need an attendance list.
Sorry. Those names you just, all those names you just mentioned, are they listed anywhere on the TD website?
They're even accepted legally because he recently passed away. In this book, this is the agenda and annexes of our meetings here.
No, but what I'm saying is, all the names you mentioned just a few minutes ago, are they listed, already recorded on TD website?
This is also on the FIDE website.
Yes, okay.
No, that's a different. Oh yes, no. It's all right.
Okay, try to speak as loudly as possible.
But you have three.
You are four. You have three favors.
Make certain you put your name on this one, this.
And there's one more.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the draft sent to you, and I like to work with this draft. You know, we have today meetings until 3 o'clock, and the day after tomorrow even we have 4 hours meeting. We have to finish it as soon as possible. We will try. We have a lot of work to do, I can tell you. Okay, I think regarding page 1, I have only one remark. The page numbers are not correct, but after we have finished everything, we will correct the page numbers. Can everybody hear me? At the end?
No.
You said no? No. There's some places here, still some places here forward. Page 2. If you have any remark, please raise your hand. Page 2, there's only one small change. It is here. Too detailed, the rule might deprive the arbiter of the freedom of judgment that prevents him from finding not the solution, but a solution to a problem. Because there are more solutions. Okay? Then, no comments about Article 1. We can go until Article 14 the same week. I'm very happy. Okay, so we add little pieces, little pictures to the description of the pieces. And there was a request to make this one a little bit bigger. It can be done very easily like this. See, no problem. Okay, I have to adjust, of course, what's written downstairs, but it's easy to do. Article 2, there's only one little change, but I believe you will, sorry, I go too fast. the white piece, play of the white piece.
2-1.
2-1?
2-1 is what I think it's on.
Yes. No, not 2-1.
That is true. But we've gone past that because people didn't make a comment.
It's 1-1. Player with the light colored piece, we call him from now on white, but white is capital. I think you will agree. It saves some pages. Article 3. .1, then it hasn't changed. 3.2, 3, 3.4, 5, 6. There's a request about 3.6 to make two diagrams, one with white knight and one with black knight. Okay, it can be done. I hope you trust us that we will do it. The same applies to the diagram of the move of the pawn. We will make two diagrams. Especially for taking en passant. First we like to show that there is this one, then okay. 3.8. Oh no, sorry. 3.7. 3.7. Sorry.
Yeah, the promotion rule, I think.
No, 3.7.
We're going to that now.
No.
Okay.
3.7. You know, there are a lot of discussions. First of all, how to promote. Somebody has probably seen the video on YouTube. There's an arbiter declared the game lost because the player, first of all, put the new piece on the square of promotion, then removed the pawn, and he considers it as illegal. If I remember well, it was in the quarterfinal of the mixed tournament for World Championships for women. I'm right?
Yeah.
Okay. As far as I know, almost everybody accepts another way of promotion as well. But I was told that in some Russian books, for instance, instruction books, it was written that the only way to promote is just, first of all, to move the pawn to the last rank, to remove the pawn, and then to the new phase on square promotion. To clarify that everything is possible,
Yes, I saw the office, but
first of all, to remove the pawn and then the queen or the rook on the square of promotion. And also the fashion he mentioned, and even there's a third one. First of all, to put the new piece on the square of promotion and then to remove the pawn. I think we should clarify it that all these possibilities are accepted. And what I like to promote is the following. Here, this one is an explanation, but I think, we discussed it yesterday, probably it is better only to leave the last sentence here without thus, thus. The pawn can be removed from the board and the new piece be put on the appropriate square in any order. What do you think? Is this a solution for all these problems? I agree, you know, to add even a third possibility here, it is too much. But if we say you can do it in any order, I think it covers everything.
Yes, I think it's a success, the fact that we can put in the glossary
Exactly.
all the way.
Yeah.
we can think about that later on.
But what do you think about this proposal? May I have the opinion of the meeting? Who is in favor for this proposal? Who's against?
Can you tell us why?
Yeah.
Mr. Director.
I
Oh,
was someone else
no,
there.
you, okay, that's you.
Mr. Schuring.
Yeah. I think the normal way to do the promotion move is to put the pawn to the 8th rank and then exchange the pieces. If people do it in another way, it should not be in the rules. It's not normal to put away the pawn from the 7th rank and put a new piece on the 8th rank. I think it's contrary to our rules. If some people do this, it's okay, but it should not be in the rules.
Yes. Okay, I can also add, because it can be confusing when the last move, at the last move, the pawn has to capture.
Yes.
How do you do that? You first put the queen to replace the piece that has to be captured. It's a bit confusing. So the best way to do it is first to make the pawn move up to the last square. If you want to allow the other way to do it, it shouldn't be in the rules.
You know, the problem, yeah.
I think it should be as similar as possible with castling, because castling is a king's move, where promotion is the first instance is a pawn's move. I think, in my opinion, the problem can arise when there's, for instance, black has rook on A8 and a bishop on C8, there's a pawn on B7. In first instance, I would like to know, where is this pawn moving? It has three possibilities. And therefore I propose that first the pawn is moving to the square it is going. It is either a capturing or it is moving to B8, and then an exchange. And in that case, I believe that we will have the least number of problems of confusion.
Yes.
That's my opinion.
I think the comparison with castling is not correct because rook G1, rook F1 can be a legal move, and just we say you have to play the king first to avoid the situation that the player plays rook to F1, wait for a while. An opponent thinks he's doing this move, and then he puts his king on G1. This is the reason why, first of all, you have to play the king. I think the comparison is not correct. Igor?
First of all, there is another move which very similar to your example, en passant. We can do in any order. There is 2 pawns. We can remove one, we can put the new crossing and then remove the capturing pawn. And second, I mean, by 2 ways.
With each capturing it is possible. First of all, you can remove the piece and then put.
No, I mean en passant because it's not.
We know what you mean.
I know, but
In 2 ways. But I want to say that if we don't tell that it is, we can do it in any sequence of move, some arbiters can think that it's illegal move and can put 0 only because of different order. And so we start to play with the laws of chess, but not with chess. My philosophy is first, before starting the game, position is legal. Why? Before pressing the button, position is legal. Okay, pressing the button, everything is okay. What for we should introduce more complicated? And also more complicated rules. And also there is another similar rules. Even when you proposal draw, even in not wrong order, the proposal is stayed. So it's something similar. We cannot call wrong way of promotion as illegal. Thank you.
You know, I'm in favor of the proposal of the rules committee, because I think this is the habit of chess player to take the pawn from the 7th rank even over 200 years. All players do like this, taking the pawn and put the queen on any square. He can exchange mostly in blitz and rapid chess also included. This is very important change, is very good change. Thank you.
After all this remark, sorry.
I normally agree with the reader, but promoting a pawn has two ways. One goes straight, another one is capturing. And in case of capturing, there are three pieces are involved in this move. Pawn, capture piece, and the promoting piece. And that's why first of all, the pawn must be moved in case of capturing. Then must be the captured piece firstly can be taken, and the pawn is in the place.
It means
and afterwards,
it means
the pawn.
There is a moment that two pieces are on the same square.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this was my question. Okay.
Yeah, and then the second step is the pawn is replaced by the promoting piece.
I think the second step is to remove the captured piece.
That means that the old text is correct. I suppose the old one, not this new one.
The old one makes no mention.
No?
The old one says this exchange of a pawn for another piece is called promotion, and the effect of the new piece is immediate. That is all it says.
Okay, then there's not only the first move, first sentence here.
Yes, this is a new paragraph. Yes.
No, I think your proposal is very simple. The player has to remove the pawn from the penultimate rank. No, sorry. Has to move to the last rank. This is the idea.
Yes.
And to replace the piece.
The thrust of our intention is that people do not get forfeited for making a small mistake, which we just had an example of. We want to reduce these numbers of forfeits. We don't want to find a Russian arbiter forfeiting something because he doesn't do it in the way he thinks it should be done. I actually don't know how I do it myself. I just promote the pawn. I've got no idea the order in which I do it.
Carol, Eddie, and then Carol.
Once again, we get into the situation of interpretation by various arbiters all over the world. And we have to really make it clear, and we have to make a generalized rule. I think that the promotion is done in any one of these forms. I agree with this.
Eddie?
I agree completely with Carol. I agree completely with the final sentence. Those people who have objected to it, I would like to ask them through you, would they like to forfeit a player who does it wrong? Is that their intention?
No.
Arthur?
No, this is
Not
not
question for you.
This is not my intention. The only intention is, can you give you the same example in order to avoid confusion in blitz or rapid games? Suppose in that position I've told you there is a rook on a1. If I first touch the rook on e8, I don't want to get into the discussion which piece. Is it possible to switch off these mobile phones here? I want to get. I don't want to get into the discussion. That's the only point. I'm not going to forfeit if it's done another way.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. I think the catch here is on how we interpret the word promotion. Promotion, I think the final interpretation of promoting a pawn should be seen as having reached the 8th rank. Now, if at the 7th rank, the penultimate rank, you pick a queen, and for example, in the case of capturing, you put it at the square of the capture, then it means you have assumed that on the 7th rank, it's a queen already. And I feel at that point, the meaning of promoting the pawn has not been attained. So we should get it to the 8th rank, capture. That would mean promotion has been executed fully. Then you make the choice that you want to make in between the pieces, the minor and major pieces. That's apart from the king. That's how I see it.
Hi. I'm also a little bit uncomfortable with how this weaves in with the concepts of when a move ends. So now how we speak of, when the pawn moves to the 8th rank, like when we let that pawn go, we've indicated where it's going to be on it, because there's a choice moving forward or capturing. And then are there any corresponding changes to that part of the rule? Do we need some? I just find it simpler to go with what Dirk is saying, is that you just always move the pawn first, the way you'd always move a pawn. You either go forward or you capture a piece. Fine, that part's done. When you let go of that pawn, you've indicated where the pawn goes to, and now you enter the decision of what you're going to promote it to. To me, it's intuitively easier to have that sequence maintained. But like Dirk, I don't think I'd forfeit someone over it, but yeah, I'm not. But I think it adds, and especially with capturing, this might add some confusion to situations. Just I think.
I don't have really a problem with this last sentence, but I want to extend the example of here. The pawn on b7 is promoting to a queen or whatsoever. Maybe an 8, 8 or 8, or b8 or c8. So the player takes his own move, it doesn't press the clock, it takes the pawn from e7, put it away, and then it's thinking where to put the queen. And it may be forgotten that it was a pawn. I think we should add in due time or whatsoever. It should be done in normal time, not immediately, yes. Actually, yes. That would be, the pawn can be removed from the board and a new piece can be put on the appropriate square in any order, and then you add somewhere you add as in one move.
In one action.
In one action. Okay.
Or
Sorry.
If you are going to introduce this sentence, the player has a choice to remove the pawn from the final rank, then we have to change this first sentence also, when pawn reaches the rank furthest from its starting position. They are contradictory to each other.
There's twice immediate. Can I ask something? Several people have spoken. I know the names of most of the people have spoken, not all, but other members of the audience won't be so familiar. So can you say your name the first time I speak?
I am from India.
Thank you.
After this discussion, I asked the same question. Who is in favor for the proposal we made, and especially only to keep the last sentence? Who's in favor for this proposal? Who's against? Commission? Who's in favor? Who's against? So,
I'm for.
okay. I didn't see your hand, so.
Because you're using your hands.
Sorry, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. I have to inform some people, but as far as I understand, we remove this.
It's capsulized.
Yeah, okay, but this is, okay, for the moment, this is for me enough. I hope you will agree that we make some cosmetic changes later. It works further.
Have you changed the first line also?
Sorry?
In such a case, have you changed the first line of the...
Yeah, no, okay, I know
Yeah.
exactly what you mean.
Immediately. You delete it twice immediately.
you can also take out the pawn too. Just the player.
Is it okay if you can leave it with us to decide?